Hello, I'm HG Tudor, and welcome to another of the 100,000 subscriber interviews, a series of short interviews with people who have harnessed my work and seized the power. My guest is ready, so let's find out more about them. Hello, what's your name and where are you from?
Hello, my name's MB. I'm honored that HG's asked me to be a part of this special occasion. I've been a keen student of what I affectionately call HGTU, short for HG Tudor University, since February 2018. And as you can tell by my accent, I am from the southern United States in North Carolina.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, MB, with your delightful southern accent also.
Thank
Now,
you.
you're most welcome. Number one, how did you find my work?
On that fateful night in February of 2018, my mother told me over dinner about a book that she was reading, or rather, she was trying to read by this creepy guy. Sorry, HG, explaining the behavior of narcissists, and it made her blood run cold. And she was having trouble stomaching it because the material resonated so much with her.
Mhm.
And I had recently read The Sociopath Next Door, trying to get answers. So I was kind of on the right track, but that
Mhm.
didn't quite sit. So I went straight home that night and downloaded the book, which turned out to be Ask. And I read it straight through without stopping. And I knew without a doubt that this was the author that had the answers, and I've been hooked ever since.
Okay, thank you. Question two. Explain briefly the narcissist situation that brought you to my work.
Years earlier, I had met somebody through work, and I was instantly smitten. And we became fast friends, and more that I won't go into right here. But I found myself very puzzled by his behavior because it didn't make sense. There was a disconnect between my behavior and what he did. It didn't make sense. I could do the same thing 2 days in a row and get two different reactions. So I was really puzzled, and I couldn't figure out what made him tick. And I can with most people. And then 2 years later, he just suddenly, inexplicably disappeared from my life without any warning, and I wanted answers.
Okay, thank you. Question three. How was that situation affecting you?
I was extremely anxious and depressed and wondering, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen to me? How much of a horrible person am I? Heaven forbid, did he die? I tried to contact and it wasn't successful. So there was this endless loop of anxiety ending in depression, and I was just stuck. My mind was just whirring around in circles.
Understood. Question four. Which of my books have you read?
Well, I've read Fury, Fuel, Manipulated, Sex, Escape, Revenge. I think if you name one, I've read them all. If there's any I haven't read, I don't know what they are.
Comprehensive. That's what I like to hear. And which of those books did you read, MB, that you found the most useful and why?
Definitely Fuel is the one that I started with after Ask, because it's the foundation that all the work is built on. You have to understand what fuel is, what makes the narcissist tick, and then build on it from there and see what it does for the narcissist before you can grasp everything else.
Question six. Which product from the Knowledge Vault has helped you the most?
How to handle the narcissist in the workplace, which is I embraced outside of what my narcissist situation was, but it made me realize that I can control my own behavior, that the narcissist doesn't have any power over me. And whether they treat me benignly or negatively,
Hmm.
then neither means anything. It's none of it's genuine. So they don't mean the positive things any more than they mean the negative things. So I have the choice not to react, and I can take my power back.
Excellent. And question seven. What made you organize an audio consultation with me?
I knew you were the one that could give me the answers I was seeking. I found where I thought I was in the fuel matrix. I found what I thought had happened, which was disengagement, but I had more specific questions. And if I'm being honest, if you had offered the narc detector then, I would have taken that in a minute because I was very intimidated at the prospect of speaking with you.
Well, that answers question 8, which was how do you feel? But how did you feel before you were about to speak to me? So you've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So we can go straight through to number 9.
Okay.
Where are you now with regard to your narcissist situation?
I am no contact. After the post disengagement time, I did fall for a Hoover and was entangled for a couple more years, but have gone away from that now. Fell for another Hoover, and I'd like to say that I never would again. But as you always say, there is always, I repeat, always a risk of a Hoover. So the getting out is hard, but the staying out is harder.
I'm sure there are many people that would share that sentiment. Question 10. What part of my work has helped you the most and why?
Learning what I am has been a very serendipitous consequence of studying narcissism. Before I found your work, I didn't realize what an empath was or that it was even a thing.
Mhm.
And I've always been told my whole life, you're too sensitive. You worry too much about what other people think. And I was perplexed as to why I would get upset when I was watching the news or I would see people mistreated. I couldn't even stand to see land cleared, and trees killing. So
Mhm.
now I don't feel flawed. I know what it is, I know what caused it, and I don't feel flawed anymore. I feel glittery.
Naturally, you are glittery MB. Question 11. What would you like to learn more about?
I would like to learn more about the creation of empaths, which environments create which types, what type of behavior the narcissist meets out in that environment that creates the various types of empaths.
Understood. Question 12. Do you identify as an empath? And if so, what's your school and cadre?
Yes, I definitely identify as an empath. That resonated with me, and you taught me that's what I am.
Mhm.
And I am a standard carrier empath with a significant martyr element.
Okay. Question 13. What do you think of narcissists now?
I view them forensically rather than emotionally. So I enjoy observing their behavior and knowing the reasons they do as they do. The way the curtain's been lifted, it makes it fun to be able to spot those behaviors, name those manipulations, and most importantly, explain to other people that they have a different way of looking at the world than
Mhm.
we do. I don't hate narcissists. I don't have any reason to hate them. I do realize that they're toxic, especially to people like me. And so, kind of like a poisonous snake or a spider, I can be fascinated with them, but from a distance.
Very good way of putting it. Question 14. What's your favorite aspect of my work overall?
That it's accurate, that it resonates, that it's delivered in an intelligent and very easy to understand way. And of course, the voice, that's one of my favorite things.
Naturally. And thank you for that compliment. And
You're
finally,
welcome.
number 15. What's your message to those people now listening?
No matter what your situation is with a narcissist, whether you think it's big or it's small, if it's affecting you, your mental health, and your life, and it most likely is if you're listening to this channel, embrace the work. It will explain to you the behaviors and it will give you the answers and the tools you need to defeat the narcissist in your life. Coming out of that fog of the confusion is worth every minute that you can spend reading, listening, every penny you can spend in the knowledge vault or in personal consultation. That weight lifted off your shoulders and that space that's freed in your mind from all that worrying around will weaponize you. And you got this, you can do it.
MB, thank you for joining me today and your answers, and thank you for continuing to embrace my work.
You're welcome. Thank you.